Thanks for tuning in, everybody, but I'm probably not going to finish this video because I'll be too tired from milking almonds. We don't actually milk almonds. That's stupid. Hey guys, it's Walter with Vegan Yak, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 vegan misconceptions. Misconception number 1, vegans don't get enough protein. I can't believe that this question still pops up, but it is the most common question that I still get asked even now in 2020 is where do you get your protein from? And usually when someone asks me this question, I like to return a question back of just, well, how much protein do you need? Nobody has ever answered that question. Nobody that has brought up protein as a concern has ever known how much protein they need, which means they don't know if they're getting enough either. You're gonna get enough protein on a plant-based diet as long as you eat a variety of plants. There's protein in every single plant food that we eat. There are some that are better than others or have more protein than others, like beans, nuts, seeds, also tofu, tempeh, seitan, or other vegan substitute items. But if you eat a variety of plants, you're gonna get enough protein. Also, I get my blood work done and it's completely normal in all my levels, but also in protein. I'm not protein deficient. And there's plenty of vegans that have been vegan much longer than me, 10, 20, 30, 40-year vegans that are not protein deficient. Now, if you're wanting to put on muscle or you're wanting to be a bodybuilder, you might want to follow a specific type of plan. I can link some channels below so that way you can monitor the amount of protein and maybe get some tips from some vegan bodybuilders. And you can also track your nutrition into a free app like Chronometer, which I'll also link below. So that way you can make sure that you're getting enough protein as you transition to a plant-based diet. But ultimately, again, if you eat a varied diet of plant foods, protein is most likely not going to be something you have to worry about. Misconception number 2, vegans only eat vegetables. That's ridiculous. I don't know why this comes up, but it does. A lot of times as a justification, it comes up because somebody is saying, oh, I would be vegan, but I just don't like vegetables that much. As if that's the only thing that we eat. Number 1, you might want to try some vegetables and get over that fear because even if you're not vegan, you should be eating a lot of vegetables. Number 2, that's just, again, not all we eat. We have pizza, we have sandwiches, we have burgers, we have tacos, we have sushi, and literally every other food you can think of is just made from plants. And it's not just vegetables. We have whole grains like rice and quinoa, nuts, seeds, beans, fruits. We eat a ton of plants. All we gave up was eating like 5 animals, and there's 80,000 edible plant species. So you don't have to sacrifice all of your dishes. You just have to figure out how to make them from plants. And it's becoming so much easier now in 2020. There are new options coming out all the time, not only from restaurants and things like that, but products that you can buy at the grocery store. Look 10 years ago and look at like the alternative milk section. All that was really there was like silk and just soy milk. Now there's soy milk, rice milk, pea milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, hemp milk. I mean, there's so many different options because the plant-based movement is growing so fast. So you don't just have to eat vegetables to be a vegan. Misconception number 3, veganism is expensive. I understand where people are coming from on this because if you take a look at some of the vegan cheeses or vegan meats, they are more expensive than the normal meats or the normal cheeses. Part of the reason for that is just because the government is actually subsidizing those products coming from animals. They're not costing what they actually should cost. If we shifted those subsidies to plant-based options, they would be much more affordable. The other part of that is just supply and demand. As there's more demand coming in the coming years for plant-based options, their price will go down as well. Now, the other part about this is that if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, or even just primarily eating whole foods that are plants, your bill could actually go down and cost you less. Veganism is not more expensive, or at least it doesn't have to be. For me, I have a family of 4, and when we transitioned to a whole food plant-based diet, we cut our grocery bill by about $200 a month. And the reason for this is because the cheapest items in the store are whole plant foods like rice, beans, potatoes, pastas. All those things are really cheap. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to live a vegan lifestyle. In fact, there's some really great resources that I'll link below and some other channels that I'll link below so that way you can check out some ways to make some really cheap, easy vegan meals. Myth number 4. I don't know what it is. Misconception number 4. Vegans think animals are equal to humans. This is a common one where people will argue and go, well, I just don't think animals are as important as humans, or that they're not the same, they're not equal. I don't either. I don't think animals are completely equal to humans. There's many ways in which humans are potentially superior, like our intelligence, our sentience. There's also ways, depending on which animal you're talking about, that humans are inferior. I can't fly. I can't see at night. I don't run as fast as a cheetah. So I'm not saying that animals and humans are completely equal. And that's never what I'm advocating for, is for animals to have all of the same rights as humans. I don't think that animals should have the right to vote or to drive a car, even though I think they probably could do a better job than a lot of us in those two areas. What we're advocating for is that an animal's right to life is more important than these sensory pleasures. I don't think an animal should have to lose their entire life for someone to enjoy a sensory pleasure for 5 minutes, especially when they can get those same sensory pleasures, the taste, the textures, the nutrition, from plants instead. Myth number 5. That's 10. Misconception number 5. Vegans think they're better than you. That's because we are. Gosh, get over it. No, vegans don't think that they're better than you. I don't just think that I'm better than every other human that's not a vegan because I'm a vegan. I think that veganism is better than being not vegan. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't have changed my entire life to live a vegan life instead of a not vegan life. But that doesn't mean that I just blanket statement think all vegan people are better than all non-vegan people. And in all reality, to be totally honest, I know tons of vegans that are complete. We might disagree on plenty of other things like politics, religion, human rights issues, a whole bunch of other stuff that we could disagree on, and for all I know, they could be a murderer. I don't think that they're a better person just because they're a vegan if the non-vegan is not a murderer. Now that being said, if all other things were equal, both people were completely equal on other things about how they care about human beings, they're both not murderers, etc., everything else is equal, and one is a vegan and one's not, yes, I will think that the person choosing a vegan lifestyle is making a better decision than someone that's not, because they are causing less harm to other human beings, to the environment, and of course less harm to animals. Alright, there you have it. Those are the top 5 vegan misconceptions. If you're vegan, let me know if I missed anything down below. What are the other misconceptions about veganism? If you're not a vegan, hopefully those other misconceptions aren't holding you back anymore. And if they are, comment down below and let me know why. If you liked this video, hit like. If you enjoyed the content and you want to see more, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll catch you next time. It's just, I laugh because it's so silly.